so glad to be here. It's my first time in the Midwest, and I was driving in, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these cornfields. It looks just like it does in the movies. I'm from Arizona. I came all the way here from Arizona, and I realized I don't have a clicker in my hand. I'm really excited to be here. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit of my own personal story, how I did something that I did that anybody can do. And then I'm gonna explode you with ideas on how every single one of you can do it. I was talking to that table right there a little bit ago, and we were talking about how we actually all do the same exact thing. We're all doing the same exact thing. It's just peddling a different service or product. Can you all agree? Can we agree on that today? All right, so how many of you guys have pets or know someone who has a pet? Yeah. That's about everybody, because guess what? There's 6 out of 10 households have pets. Well, when I was in college, I had a boyfriend, and I wanted to go out and hang out with my boyfriend. But my parents are strict Sicilian parents, and they wanted to give me a curfew of 10 o'clock. Did I mention I was a junior in college? That wasn't good. So when my neighbor asked me, I'll pay you $25 a day to go sleep with my 2 white dogs, I was all over that because it got me out of my curfew, and it got me money, right? Do any of you guys pet sit? Yeah? Anyone else? Well, let me also tell you, you're gonna be getting some free gifts throughout my talk. They're pop sockets with my logo, not my logo, my motto, which is always keep jumping. I'm gonna tell you more about that as we go. So participate. There we go, Blake. Do you all know Blake? All right, so the story keeps going, and so I started doing this whole sleeping overnight with pets. I didn't start because I thought it was gonna be like my lifelong dream, but it went on for 16 years. I got employees, I built this huge business, I had so much fun with it. But about 6 years into it, I was nationally and locally awarded. That's kind of cool. So then people started calling and emailing me and saying, how do I do what you do? And so I started talking to them on the phone and got totally exhausted. And then I realized this is what I love doing. I love pouring into people. I love hearing the stories at the different tables, like you do hair over there, right? I love hearing that you guys do the HVAC and your manager just, brought you here and you're helping her out with the graphics. I love seeing how I can take my enthusiasm and help people. So I realized that I kind of needed to get out of the pet industry. Not in a bad way, because I still have lots of groups, which I'm going to show you all today. But I also wanted to come out and talk to you guys. I also wanted to go and do different stuff. So I want to know who has had a problem and needed to go to a Facebook group. We go there because there's usually a bunch of people that all know exactly what we're talking about, right? Or they're going to know more than we do. And we go there because Maslow was right. Did anyone hear about Maslow's 5 hierarchy of needs? Woo, we must have, so what do you do? A professor and teaches organizational behavior. All right, so Maslow's 5 hierarchy of needs, and we are totally not gonna be in a classroom today, I promise. I'm just gonna make a point here. Belonging, we all wanna belong, right? Who doesn't want to belong? Who wants to not be included? Who wants to be picked last in the soccer field? None of us, right? Oops, there we go. Okay, so Maslow was right. Belonging means creating an environment where we all feel like a tight-knit tribe. We're equal and rowing in the same direction. I would say we're all rowing down the social media river right now, right? Would you agree? We're all in this boat today? All right, so there we go. So what do you do when you need help? What do you do when you need help? We go to Facebook groups a lot of times online. And it doesn't have to be necessarily for social media. It could be because I have a kid and he's ADHD. Because I belong to an association of pet sitters. It could be because so many other things. What group are you in? Debbie, right? Yeah, what group? What's a group that you're in?
Dementia Whisperer.
Dementia Whisperer. And why are you in that group?
Well, my mother passed away with dementia, but I also assist Amy in her social media.
Amazing. So she has a closeness to that from one of her family members. These groups on Facebook, there's a group out there for every single thing. You, sir?
Yeah, I
That's incredible. Veterans to veterans, he said, where he can connect veterans together to get them the information they need. First of all, thank you for serving. Second of all, Mike, would you grab him a pop socket? Thank you. And Debbie, too. So, we already clicked. Okay. So you guys, I had my own groups of my own. So continuing on my story a little bit here, I actually found my husband on Match.com. I hope so, because I dated like everybody in Scottsdale, Arizona for 10 years. I kind of did. And we met, we fell in love, we got pregnant on our honeymoon, and 6 months later we had a baby. Yeah, you guys, for those of you who haven't had kids, or maybe your guys are, like, babies usually take good 9 months to cook. My Olivia was born as one of the 50 smallest surviving female babies on the planet. She was 12 ounces, thank you, total testament to what God can do. Her leg fit through my wedding ring. She was 10 inches. She was 1 inch shorter than a Barbie doll. She fit from here to here. It's a happy story, you guys. It really is. But it wasn't happy during that time. It was terrifying. And I was scouring the internet, and I was scouring Facebook groups, looking for people who had small babies. Oh, I have a baby who's 4 pounds, 8 ounces. I'm like, I wish mine was 4 pounds, 8 ounces. Like, 12.7. Wow, that's amazing. I don't think my baby got there until she was like 7 months old. That's amazing, God bless him. My point is, I was looking everywhere for someone I could belong, someone I could relate with, someone that could speak life into me and tell me, I've been there, it's okay, you're gonna be fine. I could see people that had actually come through it. And I actually did find one. Her name was Kenna, and she was a 9-ouncer in South Carolina. 9 ounces, can you believe that? Like, you go to Outback Steakhouse, you get a steak that's bigger than that. Like, my daughter was the size of a can of soda that you might have, or a bottle of water that you might have in front of you. It's incredible. And these groups, I really wanted someone to tell me it's gonna be okay. And as you can see with the picture, it is okay. She's gonna be 4 years old in July. We went through a lot, but throughout it all too, thank you. Not only did I need to see that she was gonna be okay, I needed to know that I was gonna be okay. You guys, I went through PTSD. I went through depression. I went through anxiety. And oh yeah, like what Ellen was just saying earlier, I ate it all. I gained about 35 pounds. And it was January 2017 where I just decided to jump on this bandwagon, join a Facebook group, and work out with these women who I'd never really met. And every day we held each other accountable. And wouldn't you know that I started moving my body, and my mind started moving, and my life started changing, and I got my groove back. And it was because of a Facebook group. Because I didn't want to see anybody, and when I went through everything, I had to push everybody away. We couldn't leave our house in fear that my daughter would get sick, and we'd end up back in the hospital. Not everything has to be tragic. There is Allie back there from Social Media Society, which is Social Media Examiner's Facebook group. It's an amazing place that I go to whenever I have a question about social media. Hey, this IG long form came out. What? How do I get it? What do I do? Or maybe one of my clients has a question, and that's the group that I rely on. There's also another really cool group. You know what that is? How many of you guys are in this group? Good job. I saw a lot more action in it once the conference started going. But I did something fun, and I want all these people to raise their hands. This is why I've been holding my phone as on stage. Craig Severson, there you are. I met you yesterday. Josie Kins, Casey Allen, Steve Musser. Go, woohoo. Yep, awesome. McLeany Ricker, I hope I didn't butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Manu, Jamie Crippen, Joyce Knudsen. Nice. Rachel, Gail. I met Gail last night. Oh man, girl, you got such a heart. You guys should go talk to this girl if you can. Sarah Marsh, Cambria Masser, Ann Rusek, and Megan. Y'all are here? I saw more hands. all of these people responded to my message in our group about who here has a group or what do you want to know about a group. And it was awesome because I was able to meet you guys virtually before ever coming here. And I've been stopped. Hey, Bella, I responded to your thing. What's up? These groups are going to help you break the ice when you're coming to events like this. Groups have so much value to you if you only use them. Now today, or this weekend, this week, we're all talking about humanization, right? Of all social media. Facebook groups are the epitome of it. You can't get any better than a really good Facebook group. Our really good friend in the back there, Angus, told me a story that his dad's group that he has, this is like incredible, you guys, like incredible. Like it really gave me goosebumps, it made me cry. Angus, six people were gonna commit suicide. And his group reached out and saved him. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's not the Facebook that my mom and dad are like, what are you doing on Facebook again? Like, that thing is just all about selfies. So like, no, that thing saves lives if you let it. Imagine what you could do in this world. So back to my story here, because I'm going to use it as an example. And thanks, guys. That was good. I'm going to use it as an example, and then I'm going to give you a whole bunch of ideas of what you can do. So I have this kind of funnel, right? And it first starts out, I have this group. It's called I Own a Pet Sitting Company with Staff. Because how many of you guys know about Rover and Wag? They're really big. It's a big tech company that kind of came out, and you can kind of join an app and start walking dogs. So these are for the people that like have staff. They're making $200 to $1 million a year. And so we've got 419 members in there. We started this in 2012, but you see how small it is? It's because I'm really, really selective, and I kick people out really quickly too, because if they're the negative Nancys, there's about 10 other pet sitting groups you can be part of, not mine. Ain't no one got time for that, right? Is that what we were saying earlier? So, click. It's really like, all right, so like I was saying, it's got a niche of a niche, right? It's not just pet sitters, it's pet sitters with staff. They have unique challenges, like how do I motivate my staff? But maybe not so unique, because I'm sure you guys could relate to that. Who has a staff they need to motivate in here? Yep, see? We're all the same at the end of the day. I have a captive audience there, because again, we're all under the same niche. It's intimate, remember the 400? So it's not like you're posting in a group of 4,000 not knowing who's really lurking on the side. Is it my competitor? Are they gonna screenshot this? I mean, people are in there talking about their problems and posting like, this client said this, what do I say? Like, it's an intimate place. We have special rules. At one point, I said, no posting on Sunday. And I would delete posts. And then when I allowed it on Sundays, people were like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't. It's like, it's okay. I actually was able to get it that way because I wanted to enforce what I feel that everyone needs a day off. And I wanted to really stand up as a leader and do that. That was my decision, okay? And it doesn't necessarily need to be Sunday. People take all different kinds of days off. And then there was another one, sorry. It was exclusive. So you had to have staff, you had to be in the pet industry, I had to know your website. It was really, really finite, okay? Now we can go. The next one that I have is kind of a free-for-all. And what I do, and I'm gonna show you in a little bit, is actually I get people to come on via my website. You go to jumpconsulting.net, one of the top 3 things I ask you to do is join my free community. And I get people right in there. These people, they can have staff. They could have just, a regular business. It doesn't matter. They could be on Rover or Wag. I don't care. Everyone is welcome there. It's okay. It's good, But then in that group, I ask them, hey, who has staff? And then we get them in the second group, so I dwindle it down. This one is very large. It has all levels, like I was just saying. It's general. It's definitely not intimate. And because of that, the engagement isn't really as good as the smaller group. Bigger isn't always better. I don't care what they say. But it's still a place of belonging because they feel like, oh my gosh, I just got in this industry. I just Googled how to get more dog walking clients. I found this chick's website. I ended up on her community. Now I'm gonna start asking all these questions and look at all this information we have. So I get them into my funnel that way. So, as I was saying, the first is jumpstart your pet business, then I own a pet sitting company with staff, and then it goes into the mastermind. Now the Mastermind. Here's where it gets interesting, you guys. This is where we bring in expert guests. This is where we get on Zoom all around the country. In fact, one of the girls that's in there, I'm gonna have dinner with. She's driving an hour and a half to meet me at the airport later. Like, this is where relationships form. This is also where it's only it's only 63 people. But I'm gonna show you something really cool. How to turn it into 6 figures. Once they've been in one big group, then they go into a more specialized one. Then they go into the money-making one. And the money-making one can get you that 6 figures really quickly and really easily. All you need is 63 members at $150-ish. And every month it grows and grows and grows and grows. So if you achieve that, you could easily have it. So we're not talking like big money. We're just talking about first you build the community, then you monetize the community. Now, you don't always have to do a membership site either, because remember I told you I was going to tell you all the different things that we can do? It could be products, it could be services, it could be a whole bunch of stuff. So I have handbooks and manuals that I sell. It's for the pet industry. It solves problems. Downloadable classes, pop-up challenge groups. That workout group I told you about, that was the one that like really inspired me to do that, because I said, wow, if a lot of people could get together and work on something and really push it out, then I could monetize this. I want to hear of a business out there right now that could use a Facebook group to monetize something, to sell something. What do you have that you could sell? Yes? Say that again?
Fairy gardens.
Oh, gardens.
Fairy gardens.
Fairy gardens. Yeah, fairy gardens, right? Let me come closer. Fairy gardens. Tell me more about those.
I create in-home gardens that people don't have to worry about watering the plant in it to keep it alive.
Uh-huh.
And it's made without soil, so if it fell over, it won't make a mess.
Oh my gosh.
And I make them all different sizes. I make them all different, in all different things.
Uh-huh.
Coffee cups, and I hold classes.
So who would be, like what Mike Alton was talking about, who would be like your ideal avatar? Like who would be your person that would love to learn more about that and be around that? Like gardening people.
And actually mothers who want to do things with their daughters, and even fathers that want to do things with their daughters.
I love it. So she said fathers that want to do things with their daughters and mothers that want to do things with their daughters. That's really sweet, isn't it? Like, we're always looking for projects as moms. So it could very well be like a group that helps ideas for things to do with your kids, sponsored by
Debbie Marks.
Debbie Marks.
And the name of the my business is called Tales from a Fairy Garden.
Tales from a Fairy Garden. That is so unique. Like, I never knew I'd meet someone that does that. That's really neat. Partner marketing. You could also partner up with other people. Who here sells, maybe even the HVAC people? Is there someone that you partner with that you could easily say, hey, you do air conditioning, so someone else does plumbing, maybe? And you get a plumber and you could connect up with them in there and interview them and provide useful information, house tips, all that kind of stuff. Yeah? Your Facebook group needs to be a community. What a lot of my pet sitters have done is they've done like Pets of Somerville, Pets of Lima. They've done these things where it becomes an interest group where I can, find the best places to take my pet for dinner, or pet-friendly shops, or the best veterinarians, or the best places to hike with my dog. And it's all that, but it's sponsored by the company because you got to be valuable at the end of the game. So you could have these really large groups, which totally do work, just like I was telling you about with Angus's. You could have micro groups, like those little workout groups I told you about, like 15 people or so, all holding each other accountable, sweaty selfies every morning. Here's my before and after pictures. You could do a product group, like the fairies, or you could do a membership group. There really is like whatever you want it to be. So you could do exclusive training videos. How many of you guys could train on something? What is it? Exercise? Awesome. Mike, can you give him a pop socket? Oh, we changed from Mike. What, was there a hand over here? Yeah. Sourdough bread. I love that. You put clam chowder in it? Of course, she said. What else? What else? Yes. Photography workshops. Were you on the thing? I checked it out. You have beautiful work. Yeah, photography workshops. Oh my gosh. How to take a good picture of a 3-year-old toddler who will never look at the camera. Help.
Or did you see those twins? How to pose twins together and keep them sleeping.
Amazing. No, I didn't see that. How to pose twins together and keep them sleeping. I mean, photography, you could have a real fun time with that. Kids, dogs, families, outfits. Those are stressful. What else? What else? Yes. How to build a goat? Oh, how to milk a goat. I was like, what? I know I'm here. How to milk a goat. That's amazing. Tell me more about that.
Well, I have goats. I have a goat farm, a dairy. We do soap and cheese and all of that.
So you sell the soap, the cheese, the dairy. That's what I meant. Not like, how do you do a goat? I meant like, tell me more about why that topic. So you have the farm and you do all of that stuff.
Yes.
That is so cool. I want to see it. You have to message me it. Can you give her a pop socket? You guys, these pop sockets, they say always keep jumping on it. And it's my motto. If you ever email me, bella@jumpconsulting.net, you're going to get an email back, and that's going to be what it ends in. Always keep jumping. Because I kind of feel like as an entrepreneur, or just in business, or just everyday life, we all get really down and out, right? And I feel like if we could just keep jumping and the momentum going, even if we're not jumping that high that day, we're still going. The blood is still going and we're not sitting. Because when we sit, we get a lot of muck and then we can't move after the muck. Anyone ever have muck? Yeah. So it's like a little reminder to always keep jumping. All right. So inside, there's a couple of things you need to do. So we talked about like how you can do it and what you can do. Now we're going to talk about like what to do. You're going to nurture the relationships. You're going to target Facebook ads. You can go live and use video often, and you can do pending member questions. So let's go to the next slide. And you can't just have a baby and like let it grow up, right? You got to nurture it. And that's what a Facebook group is going to be. So if you're going to start a Facebook group, you really, really, really have to have a marketing plan to go with it. You have to understand what you're going to do with it. You need to know what your purpose is of it. You need to know why you want to do it. And it can't be to sell. That's the end goal, of course. But we need to build a community of belonging. And this community of belonging isn't just, I'm going to buy your products and now I belong. Like, it's going to be, I bought your products because I love you after being in your community for a really long time. And anything you say, I trust it and I like you. So here's my credit card. That's how it works. That's how it works, right? None of us want to be sold to. We want a place of belonging. So you got to nurture those relationships. Facebook target ads. Everyone that comes into your group, you can actually get their email on the form when you enter a group. Have anyone ever had to answer questions when they go in groups? Yeah? So that's a great place to just say, what's your email? Or so that we can add you. Or so we can give you updates or something like that. It's one of the 3 questions you can do. And it's how we help build our list, but also you can put that into Facebook and you can retarget them. So now they're getting those subliminal messages, like what she was talking about with the billboard. That was genius, right? But this is kind of like a Facebook version of that. You do live video often? Go live. I think we drilled it into your head enough yesterday that being live makes you human. And it's not perfect live. It's pressing that button and it's just talking and doing stuff. Yesterday, if you do have Instagram, we were on the VIP bus, and we got on Brian Fanzo's Instagram and passed his phone around. It was a 9-minute video. Every single one of us is like, hi, I am, and this is my name. Next, 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 next. And it was so much fun, but it was just, we were all belonging. It was like we now have this video we could look back at for probably a day. But we'd be like, oh, that was that person on that bus. It just creates some funness to it. Again, it's not about being perfect. It's just about being real. And then the pending member question. So I was just telling you about the emails. But you can say, what's your biggest challenge? That you'll have content for days, and you'll be able to take all your notes from Mike Alton and just create videos and graphics and blogs and everything just from that one simple question. What's your biggest challenge? They're entering your group. Your group is about providing value around a subject, right? Ask them what their biggest challenge is and write it down. Something about your business. So this is gonna vary depending on who's coming in, but for me, I always say, do you have independent contractors or employees? Or what's your website? That'll tell me if they're serious or not. And then of course, the added to the email updates. And it's really important just to stick all of this stuff into a spreadsheet. I see a lot of you guys writing down. I actually have a way for you to get these slides and a lot more at the end. So I want you to ask yourself when you do this, what can you offer to your community? And I don't mean monetarily. I mean, what about you are you gonna give to your community? For me, I give them my time. Even though I'm here at this conference, I'm still answering their questions or posting a blog or a podcast that I've done that have answered their questions. I'm still supporting them. They know that I'm just like one click away, and not just me, but everybody else in the group. Again, remember, it's a place of belonging. It's a place that when you're feeling so down and ready to end your life, you can reach out to other people. Maybe it's not that extreme in every single group, but you just don't know what your little smile, virtual smile, can do for somebody online. And if your business is the catapult of that, like I was saying with the pets, how they do the pets of this area. So it's not people who want a pet sitter in Somerville. No, it's pet lovers of Somerville, right? And it's inclusive of everybody. Everything that we do should be inclusive. Kind of. All right, so your audience will listen, will tell you what they want to hear. You just got to listen. So again, in these groups, not only when they enter into these groups, but the questions that they post, how do I do this? Or what kind of soil do I put the fairy pots in? Or how do I stop my air conditioning from leaking? Is this air conditioning kickback noise like normal, or is it gonna die on me? That's my question. Mine's really loud when it turns off. There's all these silly kinds of questions that you have that your group could be like that savior for. And when you're that savior for someone, people are gonna know, like, trust, love you. Here's my credit card. I don't care. I'm not gonna go price shopping. I'm not gonna go look for someone else. I know you. I like you. I feel like I can reach out to you. I wanna hire you. Or I wanna tell my friend about you because I feel like I know you, right? So let people feel that sense of belonging, and you can generate 6 figures from a group. You just have to have a plan for it. This is like the really big overview. All right, so now we're gonna get into the fun stuff, because I know you guys are probably thinking, like, first, how does that apply to me? I need more ideas specifically, and I wanna walk around and help you with that. But before we do that, I want you to pull out your phones or take a picture of this. And I've got what I call a bot hooked up right now, waiting for you. So if you just go to m.me/the Bella Vasta, because a 3-year-old took Bella Vasta, Messenger will pop up, click the blue button, and then my Bella Vasta Messenger will pop up, and type in Facebook group, FB group, and a link to my Google Drive, and all the slides will pop up. But not just these slides, but 8 more additional slides with a lot more details that go into even more depth for you, because I only had a short amount of time. Huh? Text it? No, pull up your browser like Safari and do m.me/the Bella Vasta.